Hello friends, I'm Manoj Goyal, co-founder at the Wall Street School. We have been training students of CFA examination since 2009. Friends, very frequently we receive queries from the CFA students, is CFA worth it? The doubt stems from the fact that CFA is a coveted degree which is well recognized by the investment banks worldwide, but it involves huge cost in terms of time and money. So in this video, we'll try to find balanced answer to this question. So do watch this video till end. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, I would like to start this video on a very different note than my regular videos. In my regular videos, firstly I show you structure of the video, then we discuss on multiple topics that are in that video, then we conclude it. And this is how my videos have been structured in last 3-4 months. But in this video, to start it, I would like to ask you one single question. That's it. Do you know this person? At first glance, he looks like a ordinary painter drawing something on the car, right? If you recognize him before I reveal it to you, you can pause the video and comment down below who is this person. He is Mark Coate. Now do you recognize him? Mark Coate? No? Do you know this brand Rolls-Royce, car manufacturer? Like, who are a very definition of luxury cars, right? Each and individual component of Rolls-Royce is handcrafted. They don't use any machines to craft their car. Everything done in Rolls-Royce is done using humans, right? And Mark Coate is the person that is employed by Rolls-Royce to draw straight lines, just straight lines, all the way from headlight all the way to tail light. He draws straight line somewhat in this manner. You can clearly see I'm not really good at drawing straight lines. So he's the person who is drawing straight lines. Once the car is done, once it is assembled, it is checked, everything is fine-tuned, it's ready to deliver, he draws these straight line. There is no scope for any mistake. You cannot use eraser. He just uses his hands and a paintbrush to draw these lines. And reportedly, Mark is earning 6-figure salary from Rolls-Royce. But why am I telling you all this? The best person for this job on the entire planet is Mark. His only skill that he is the best at is drawing straight lines. That's it. And he's getting rewarded for it very immensely. Now, many candidates ask me, sir, should I join CFA program? Will it be useful for me? So, I need to tell you that your skills will be the only useful tool that you have once you get a job. To get a job, you need a degree, but once you get a job, your skills are your only saviors. So, before you join CFA program, I need to tell you the truth. The truth is, CFA designation is not your sure shot success mantra. No one can guarantee you that once you earn CFA designation, you will be making big names in equity research or investment banking or portfolio management. I am sorry. This is a brutal truth, but you need to know this in the very beginning. In fact, no degree can give you job surety. The best of the MBA colleges in the world have some, maybe 1%, 2%, 5% unemployed candidates, right? So no course in the world can give you job surety. But any skill that you are very good at can give you that job surety. If you are really good at just drawing straight lines, you have a buyer for that. If you are really good at vlogging something, you are really good at solving something, you are really good at explaining something, you are really good at cooking something. Every skill in this world have buyers, and you know persons from each industry who are millionaires, billionaires right now just because of their single skill, right? So every skill in this world will give you job surety if you are the best in that skill. But any educational qualification cannot tell you if you do this, there is 100% probability that you will be employed. No educational qualification can tell you that. CFA is a skill based course. Though you have multiple levels to clear to get your CFA designation, then some years of experience to get your CFA charter holder. But in essence, all those three levels are to give you skills to do portfolio management, to understand equity markets. Why are you taught statistics or why are you taught economics in CFA? Economics and finance are directly related. Therefore, to understand finance, you need to learn economics. You need to develop skills in economics. In CFA level 2, you have a particular chapter that tells you equity market returns and your economics, like macroeconomics. I don't remember the exact name, but you got the idea, right? So it is a skill based course. So CFA designation will give you degree. It can take you to an interview room, but to get out of that interview room with a job in your hand, your skills will give you that, right? I am again and again consistently focusing on skill development along with getting a degree. So you should understand, getting degree is the theoretical aspect of it, but if you have to work for someone or you have to work for yourself, you need skills, right? CFA will get you employed only if you have skills, and you have to update them also. Now for professionals who have already established themselves, updating themselves is a big challenge. Getting degree, once you get to a particular level, you will realize that getting degree was not that difficult. To update yourself frequently is a bigger challenge. So you need to be updated along with earning some skills. Then I need to tell you very specifically, since CFA is a distance learning course, though it tries the best to stop students from mugging up anything, the way curriculum is designed, the way exams is conducted, but it lacks practical aspects of on-job role. Reading books, you cannot learn how to swim. Reading books, you cannot learn how to play cricket. Reading books, you cannot learn how to do portfolio management. It's as simple as that. One more truth that you guys should know is CFA in India is treated as an add-on course. It is not treated as your primary education. Still, we don't have that kind of society or that kind of acceptance for CFA that it could be your primary education. It is treated as a side course or as a complement to your graduation or your post graduation or your job. It is treated as some complement kind of thing. Though you could argue that chartered accountancy is also a distance course, but it is given a very good recognition, equivalent or maybe beyond your primary education. But in like for CFA, we don't have that kind of recognition in India till now, though the scenario is changing, but it will take considerable amount of years to reach recognition level of CA or maybe regular qualification, right? And there is a specific reason for it. There is a reason why CFA have less recognition in India. So let me tell you, the reason is competition. So in India, typically a niche finance job role is handled by MBA from tier 1 college, or maybe chartered accountants, or maybe candidates from IIT who are really good with numbers, or maybe BCom or BBA from tier 1 colleges. These are the candidates who handle role for a niche finance job in India. And with all of them, CFA have to compete, right? So let me tell you statistically, for IIT JEE, the candidates who are appearing are somewhere close to 18 lakhs. I've taken this data from NDTV Education, and we all know typically there are 15,000 or so seats available in all the IITs across country. So the selection chances are 0.83%, somewhere around that. For CAT also, for getting into top MBA colleges, you have to fight very hard. So around 15,000 seats are again available in MBA colleges, and as per shiksha.com, there were around 2,25,000 candidates who have registered. That is around 6% of the only candidates make it to the top MBA colleges. Now if you ask an employer whom he would like to hire, a candidate from top MBA college or CFA for a typical finance role, he would think that since this candidate have fought far more in comparison to CFA to get this designation, especially after quota system and all selection criteria that we have in our country, he would prefer MBA from tier 1 college other than over CFA. This doesn't mean that I'm saying doing CFA is easy. I'm telling that getting into these colleges or these educational qualification is very difficult if you see the statistics, right? So this is typically the case because of which there is less recognition for CFA, because it is comparatively easier to do in comparison to say getting into IIT or getting into top MBA colleges. That's the reason it have less recognition in India. Now the question arises, is CFA useful for you? And the answer is yes, the CFA is useful for you, but you need to tell yourself that do you have keen interest in capital markets. Capital markets does not only mean stock markets. It could be equity markets, it could be derivatives market, it could be debt market, it could be forex market, it could be portfolio management, it could be alternative assets market. So many things are there in which you can invest. If you have keen interest in those markets, then CFA is for you, my dear friend. If you have interest in creating wealth and preserving wealth, not for you but for others, you could be a very good portfolio manager, you could be very good at consulting someone, you could be very good at recommending some investment opportunities to someone. So if you have that kind of interest, then CFA is for you, my dear friend. Then if you want to get respect in industry, so since CFA is treated as a side course, at the same time it is very respected, and at the same time it is comparatively easier to do. So why not go for it? If you have interest in capital markets, if you are really interested in creating and preserving wealth for others, this in turn will generate wealth for you, no doubt about it, and you want to get respected for that, go for CFA. Typically CFA work in these profile: portfolio management, research, it could be equity research or any other kind of research, consultancy, investment strategy, chief level executive, relationship management, wealth management, credit analysis, trading, accounting and auditing. Very rarely CFA works. Financial planning and some other emerging domains, it could be cryptocurrencies or fintech, these types of domains. If you are interested to get your job or work in these domains and make a good career in these domains, then CFA is for you, my dear friend. And let me tell you, CFA will pay you enough to fulfill all your dreams. But I'm telling this with a star. That is, if you have skills to add value to someone in the form of returns or consultancy or research or relationship management or making investment decisions or financial planning, or it could be any other thing, if you can add value, then it will generate immense wealth for you and an immense satisfaction in your job. With that being said, let me stop for this video. I hope this video was an eye-opener to those candidates who are looking CFA as a trending course and wants to do it without any reason. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. If in case you have any doubts related to this video or CFA in general, or if you want any counseling for CFA, please feel free to reach us at thewallstreetschool.com or maybe in comments down below. We are very active in the comment section also. Thank you. Bye-bye.